Interview published on Saturday on the official website of Supreme Leader. Pezeshkian said Iran is now engaged in a full-fledged war with the U.S. Israel. In my opinion, we are in a full-fledged war with America, Israel, and Europe. They do not want our country to stand on its feet. This is present reality. Look at the strikes, sanctions, frozen negotiations. It deserves consideration. Just as diplomatic leaders prepare to meet to discuss the regional outlook, Pezeshkian compared today's pressure to the Iran-Iraq War of 1980 to 1988, and of the bloodiest conflicts, casualties numbering in the hundreds of thousands. What Iran faces now is actually worse, much more complex. The Iraq War lasted 8 years. Trench warfare, chemical weapons. In that war, battle lines were clear. Missiles were fired. We knew where to strike. And today, the war is on multiple fronts: economic, political, cultural, security. U.S., Israel, and European powers are acting in coordination to weaken Iran. Trump has revived his maximum pressure strategy. Goal: dry up oil revenues. Negotiations over Iran's nuclear program have stalled completely since June. In June, Israel struck Iranian military and nuclear-linked sites. Escalation. Reuters reported the U.S. struck 3 Iranian nuclear sites. A major move. Iran sees efforts to undermine its society from within. Cultural front. Let's examine June. Israel and Iran engaged in a 12-day war. Unprecedented. The death toll was around 1,000, including senior commanders and scientists. Iran responded with hundreds of missiles and drones toward Israel. U.S. air defense systems helped shoot down Iranian missiles and drones. June 22nd, U.S. actively participated in offensive strikes. This is key. Washington's involvement effectively killed the diplomatic track. Israel and U.S. operate as a unified force with American military power. For critics, this raises questions. Was military involvement necessary? Did it serve American interests or primarily those of regional allies? Some pressure is back. Comprehensive sanctions to strangle the economy. The goal is to cut off primary revenue, making it difficult to fund the military. Say it failed before. Iran simply waited out the last administration. European governments say UN sanctions snapped back over the nuclear file. Germany and the UK triggered the mechanism in September. Iran faces a unified Western front. Not just America, but Europe, too. This is what Pezeshkian means by full-fledged war with Europe. Diplomatic channels are frozen. Cautious optimism has turned to silence. When the U.S. struck facilities directly, it ended the diplomatic track. Without diplomacy, only pressure and military force remain on the table. Regional leaders may urge tougher options on the current security program. Reports suggest Iran is rebuilding ballistic sites and air defense systems. Israeli military chiefs warn missile movements could mask a surprise operation. Missile production would target Iran's conventional deterrent. From Tehran's perspective, this is an attempt to leave the country defenseless. Pezeshkian's message is clear. Iran is not backing down. Forces are doing their job. In terms of equipment and manpower, they claim to be stronger than before. Future attack will naturally face a more decisive response. Hundreds of missiles were launched. Next time could be more severe. Israel views these missiles as a significant threat to its territory. Iran argues its capabilities are purely defensive, designed to deter aggression. Each escalation provokes a response, creating a cycle with no clear exit. At the heart of it is a dispute about Iran's nuclear program. Intentions are unclear. Tarphuang. The U.S. and allies accuse Iran of seeking nuclear weapons. Iran denies this. The 2015 deal provided limits, but now there is no verification and no path forward. The Zantlo Western media frames Iran as the aggressor. Iran sees itself as defending its soil. Iran says it hasn't launched invasions, but has faced them from neighbors. Israeli officials seek stability, but warn of harsh responses to any action. Exercises on both sides look like offensive preparations to the other. This is how wars start, through miscalculation and misinterpretation. Western pressure on Iran is part of a larger, multipolar power competition. Tehran believes accepting demands means abandoning their sovereignty. Direct military strikes carry risks of regional war and high casualties. Deterrence is the foundation. That is why the missile program is non-negotiable, as a regional war would devastate the Middle East and disrupt global oil. Without diplomacy, the only remaining path is pressure and force. Decisions made now in major capitals will shape the future of the region. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor these developments. Thank you for joining us. Have a safe and informed evening. Goodbye. Interview published on Saturday on the official website of Supreme Leader. Pezeshkian said Iran is now engaged in a full-fledged war with the U.S., Israel. In my opinion, we are in a full-fledged war with America, Israel, and Europe.